everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. I am happy to have you here. This is going to be my update for my Pan Those eyeshadows. And quick disclaimer, I'm going to be talking for quite a bit up front here just to explain my absence from YouTube for the past there went the sun glitch. Okay, anyway. So if you're not really interested or curious to hear about that, I'm gonna leave a timestamp in the description so that you can just jump right on to eyeshadow talk. I love living right next to the parking structure. So I know it's been a while, and I know I was just recently like,
I'm so excited to be more consistent with my videos and all that because I just graduated college.
but I actually have spent the last month and a half in New Hampshire, where I've never been before, because I was offered a job out there for the summer. I direct plays, and I was offered a job out there directing some teens in a play at this really great theater company, and I had an amazing time, but obviously while I was out there, I suppose I could have filmed some videos, but it just didn't, I wasn't sure how I was going to go about that and how I was going to do that. So I just decided to take that time and dedicate to the job that I was doing there. Also, I want to say I apologize for like this mess back here. Emma and I are in the process of starting to pack up our things. We are going to move. I currently live in California and I've grown up here my whole life, but we're going to be moving to Chicago. So I'm really excited about that. So, you know, I'm not going to make any promises about the consistency of videos because things are going to be a little bit crazy for a while, but I'm just really happy to be back and to be making this video. I've been wanting to put this one up for a really long time, so let's just go ahead and get started. So while I was gone, I actually took this magnetic palette from ColourPop and I filled it with some of these shades that I was working on, not these ones. I put them back into their original palettes, but I took some with me so that I could keep working and keep making some progress while I was gone. Not a ton of progress was made, especially, I mean, it's kind of weird because it's been 2 months, but I'm gonna give myself a break. It's okay. We were busy, things were happening, and we move forward, and we're just gonna keep going, keep trucking along. So the first shade that we're gonna talk about is a Hosi, and that comes from the Juvia's Place The Warrior palette. This son of a gun has been in here for so long. This is my 4th shade, I think, from this palette that I've had in this project. I sure hope I have some pictures from 2 months ago, so if I have one, I'm going to show you what that looked like last month. So, so this is what we're looking at today. You can see that there's some cracking that has happened, and that was from me taking this out of the palette and depotting it. But you can also see, hopefully, that dip right there. That is true progress. It has shattered a lot, so I'm gonna keep using it and keep working on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it completely fell apart on me. I have used that shade 25 times total. That's 16 previously, and I used it 9 times this month. At least 9 times. I have to be honest, I've not tracked all my usage, so let's go ahead and say I've used it like 30 times. That's probably more accurate. I am decently close to pan. I'm just gonna keep working on this one because it's easy, it's a good one to work on. Sometimes when I'm going for like more of a glam look, I'll use it to set my under eye as well. And it's just good for like blending things out and like for really any look. So I'm gonna keep going. Once I hit pan, I probably will try to repress it so that we're not running that risk anymore. But yes, that is what a Hosi is looking like. The next shade is Opal in the KVD The Alchemist palette. I'm gonna show you what that was looking like last month. And this is what we are looking at today. So a good amount of progress. I have used this shade 18 times total. Ignore this. it's staining from a different eyeshadow that like got on this one. But yeah, I was pretty confident that I was going to hit pan this last month, and I could have if I was like a little bit more dedicated, but I really only used these shades when I wanted to. And so I know for sure I can definitely hit pan on this next month. Same thing with the Hosi. So it's just gonna be one more month with this guy. But yeah, it's super fun. I really like this palette. All these kind of like shifty, highlighty type shades. Fun for the inner corner, fun for a face highlight. Just some good stuff. The next shade is called Long Ears from the ColourPop Thumper palette. Again, I wasn't so great about tracking my usage. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that I've probably used this about 8 times. So let me show you what that was looking like. And this is what we are looking at today. It's this guy right here. You can definitely see a dip in there, but not too much going on. But I've really enjoyed using this shade. I'm really liking doing kind of like a more mauve-y sort of look with this. I initially bought this guy basically for this shade, but also for this one. But I also just kind of wanted a kind of cooler tone palette because I don't really have many of those. But the thing is, the shimmers in this palette are like honestly duds. But the mattes are what I ended up liking, so at some point I might end up decluttering this and just keeping these two, maybe this one, but it's also just not really like my kind of thing, so we will see how that goes. But yes, that is, what was it? Long Ears. Did I say that already? This next shade is Big Spender from my custom Buxom palette. I'm going to show you last month's picture. And this is what it looks like. So, I mean, you can see like some disturbance here, but not very much. Honestly, it's bad. It's really bad. To be fair, it's very old. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and roll this one out. I really like the color and I really like how it looks on me, but it's just so patchy and like no matter what I do, I can't make it look consistent. So I am just gonna be rolling this out. I'm tempted to declutter it, but the thing is, like, since this is a custom palette, it's like this, so you can take one out and put some back in. I'm not in the market for a Buxom single, so if I take it out, I'm just gonna have like that is some quality made product right there. Nothing fell out. That is great. But yeah, I would just have like a missing spot, so I don't know. I've used this one about 5 times, so yeah, I guess I shouldn't be too hard on myself about the very little progress, but again, it's not good. Like, it really looks bad, so I'm gonna have to roll it out. The next shade is Muse from my Venus 1 palette. Let me show you what that was looking like last month. This is what we are looking at today, so really no visible progress. I've used this probably about 10 times or so. It's super pigmented. It's like really pigmented. You don't need to use a lot. Even when I like use it as a blush, I just have to like ding, and even then it's like a statement of a look. I really like using it. I'm gonna keep it in here, but yeah, I really don't think I'll be hitting pan on it at all. I think what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna try to do 20 uses total on that one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and roll it out because I am enjoying it, but again, like, I'm never gonna hit pan on that. It's just like, it's just one of those shades. It's super stiff, super pigmented. It's not going anywhere. Okay, and the last shade that we will be talking about is the Mint Tea shade from my ColourPop Mint to Be palette. Let me show you what that looked like last month. So if you can recall, this was the one that kept like falling apart, kept breaking, all that stuff. So believe it or not, after one use that last month, I had hit pan. It was just crumbling, completely falling apart. I'm glad that I still have like some of it left, but as soon as I took my brush in there, like half of the shadow just fell out. I'm so sad about it. This was one that had like shattered completely. I think it was just like beyond repair. I'm so sad because this one was my favorite. but they're just really soft shadows. So yes, I have hit pan on mint tea. So I only have one pan this month on here, but I am going to be rolling out this Buxom shade. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all the ones that I am keeping, and then we're going to roll in some new shades. So the way that I've been doing this lately is I roll in a number 1 through 18, which is the number of palettes that I have, and once I get that, I roll in a shade from that palette, just because I like having a wider variety of palettes to choose from when I'm making looks. I've been looking through my collection lately, and I have a lot of decluttering that I can do. I always think that my collection like looks a certain way, and then I look at it and it doesn't look the way it thinks. I almost feel like sometimes I live vicariously through YouTube, and like if I see YouTubers with a palette like over and over again, for some reason in my head I think that I have that palette. I know that doesn't make sense, but like I start to think like, oh well, I don't need it because I have it, which like obviously that's not a thing. You've probably noticed I really don't buy makeup very often, but there are a few palettes that I have my eyes on right now, so even though I'm kind of broke, I might be bringing one into my collection soon, just because it's been a really long time since I bought one. The last one I bought was this one, and it was like $12, so I'm in the market for like a palette that I'm really excited for. But yes, I do have a declutter coming up soon, especially since I'll be moving, so keep your eye out for that. Emma's going to be doing that one with me as well. Anyway, back to what we're doing here. And I got number 6, which is going to be my Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place, which hasn't been in here in a very long time, so I'm excited about that. And the next one is going to be number 17, which is the Escape Pod. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna go grab those. This is the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. It was my first palette from them. It holds a very special place in my heart. It's very nostalgic and sentimental. But this has been in this project twice before. Obviously, I have Pan in Molly, and then I had Dahlia in here back in like November/December, but when I started a new project, I just like fully re-rolled in. So this one will be a contender, this one will not. So there are 16 shades in this palette, but I'm going to be choosing from 15, since obviously I won't be doing that one again. So we have number 11, which is... I'm a little disappointed. But since I rolled out Big Spender, which was that other brown shade, it's okay. I'll be using this to deepen up looks, particularly neutral looks, and I'm just excited to be focusing on this palette. So, you know, we'll do it. This is called Burkina. This is that shade swatched out. I'm so excited. This is probably my current favorite, slash also like one of my newest palettes in my collection, the Escape Pod by Kaleidos. I have a video doing a 3 looks 1 palette with this. I recommend checking that out. I think it's really fun. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Just absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. So let's roll a number. Alright, we've got 15 shades in here, and I've got number 6, which is, ooh, gonna be this guy right here, Starlight Sonata. That's really exciting. This is such a pretty, beautiful shade, and it goes with so many looks. Oh, yay! I'm so happy. I've been really waiting for a shade from this palette to end up in here for like a while now. The camera is definitely not doing it justice right now. So yeah, it's got all these little glitter things in it. It's really pretty as like a topper shade, or even just like on its own. I haven't tried it as a highlight yet, but I would imagine that would be really pretty. If I kind of like sheer it out, you just sort of get, you really can't see it, but it's super pretty, and I'm really excited. Other than this brown, I feel like I could do this look over and over and over and over again. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm looking at right now. I am very quickly running out of storage on my phone, so this goodbye has to be very quick, but thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and just thanks for being you and living your life. That's all. I don't have time to keep talking, even though I really want to. But I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.